Someone said, how come my husband is intimidated by me? Number one, Amalek. Number two, if you are a strong woman, the solution to managing marriage, you don't have to marry. It's your choice. You are the one who said you want to marry. Do you? Yes. You are the one who said you want to marry. So if you want to marry, there's a price to pay to be married, which means you can be a tigress and a lioness outside the house. Where you get home, you become a kitten. Because there are no two heads in any organism that is not a monster. Let the man be the head of his home. You better clap because it's the truth. I've explained several times that submission is not obedience. There's a difference. Obedience is doing what you've been told to do, usually because you have no choice. Submission, Philippians chapter 2 verse 5 and to 9. It says, Jesus Christ being found in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. That means he did not think equality with God was something he should grasp and take. But because he was God, he laid down his divinity and became a human being. Now, for you to say, yes, I'm smarter than my husband, it's not news. Women are sharp. We have intuition. Which means while the man is still grasping to put the rational decision together, you have just looked at the body language of the person talking and you know he's lying. But the man is looking at the statistics. It is something God created us with, you understand? So we can catch the micro expressions of a baby. Do you see? So when the baby says, you know the meaning. How come you know the difference between when your child is crying and he really means it and he's just acting up? Leave it, it's not right. When he cries some cry, you rush. Do you see what I'm saying? So we have an inbuilt thing. It's not something we're proud of, it's something we're given. It's a gift. Do you get what I'm saying? But because you know you are smart, you deliberately put down what you have. That is submission. I mean, let me give you an example. So if I say to my husband, I'd like to go to, I want to travel to America tomorrow, and I need him to buy me a ticket. And he says to me, I don't have money for a ticket, and I sit down in Lagos. I have obeyed him. But if he says, don't go now, and I have money to buy the ticket, I'm merely telling him I'm going, and I decide to sit. That is what? Submission. Do you see the difference? A lot of women are obeying and not submitting. And they're telling strong women about submission. You can't say it, you dare not, you don't understand it. If you had more money than you had, you misbehave. It's because you are broke that you are obeying. It's not submission. Do you still love me? I'm saying it because God is raising a breed of very powerful women who will also stay married. By the grace of God, I've been married 23 years. 1996. So you see, what we're saying is, let the man have his say. Say your own. After you've said it, you don't need to repeat it. You've made your points. After a while, you'll begin to see that you make sense. After a while can be 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Yes. But you'll begin to see that when you say something, it makes sense. My husband says, you better do what Olajumoke says. It's not rational. What is true? To him, it's not rational, but to me and you, it's rational, But men don't think that we're rational. That in the end, the thing, he learns. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So how do you deal with a husband that is intimidated by you? Let him be the man in his own house. It's his house. He married you. It is Korede weds Jumoke. Some people sagalo the thing. But it's the man wedding the woman. So when you get back to your office where you control 500 people, be the leader. But when you get home, let him lead. You still love me. You don't want to hear that. I have said you don't have to be married. It's not by force. There's no law, thou shalt marry. It's not one of the 10 commandments. It's not. But you will hear our mothers say things like, only a fool stays married. Have you heard it before? And it's not a fool. They just mean that if you rise to the full level of your smartness, it will be very difficult for you to stay married. Say what you want to say, then keep quiet. That's why I gave the example of Akpos once. I said Akpos was stuck, he's in class. And the teacher said, get up, Akpos. Akpos did not stand up. Get up. He did not stand up. After a while, the teacher just took a whip, hit him. Pow! Akpos jumped up. They said, you see, you are standing. Akpos said, teacher. True, I stand up. But inside, I sit down. That is the opposite of submission. Submission is you willingly, he has said it, he's a leader, Let him have his way. If it is good, he will meet it there. If it is not, he will meet it there. And you know what? God is behind the woman who is submitting. Oh, you're not alone. God is there with you. You know, because he knows you have incredible power. He's making you.